planet's complex and vibrant ecosystem may appear to be permanent features. This is referred to as the Earth's biodiversity. The word biodiversity refers to the variety of living organisms found on Earth. Animals, plants, bacteria, and fungi are examples of living organisms.
Many different types and numbers of organisms living together in a certain environment defines biodiversity, in which every creature contributes to maintain the organized natural flow of nature. Different habitat holds different species, with which each factor supports each other to enable them to thrive. Oceans, which is a home to a wide range of species including microscopic plankton, fish, whales, sharks, jellyfish, and crabs. Forests, which occupy around one-third of the Earth's surface and are home to a variety of plants and animals. Deserts, which cactus, camels, rattlesnakes, Gila monsters, and kangaroo rat can all be located. Polar regions that are very frigid, which polar bears, penguins, seals, and walruses can all be found. Did you know that coral reef ecosystems are the most diverse of all ecosystems on Earth? According to National Marine Sanctuary, a coral reef has more species than any other shallow water marine ecosystem, making it one of the most complex ecosystems on the planet. Coral reefs, which cover less than 1% of the ocean floor, are home to an estimated 25% of all recognized marine organisms.
With the increasing number of human populations in an ecosystem, it can result to the destruction of biodiversity. As we all know, climate change is the most prominent issue to our biodiversity. It has the largest impact that is triggered by deforestation, which is caused by agricultural expansion, wood production, and infrastructure expansion. Pollution due to human activities like improper waste disposal and burning of fossil fuels, thus resulting to more greenhouse gases, then contributing to global warming, further worsening climate change. Extinction, which is according to new studies, is a result of drastic environmental change that raises the possibility of extinction domino effect, which could wipe out all life on Earth. Furthermore, the simplest way to justify the gradual loss of our biodiversity is the unusual change of weather patterns due to climate change.
As we continue on what could be the possible ways or solutions to completely eradicate this type of man-made phenomena, let's be more vigilant in times of health and economic crisis. The best thing we can contribute to our nature is to plant more trees and promote green living, to add silver linings within our capacities. Everyone must act as one in order to prevent the loss of our biodiversity and to completely heal our land. The most effective way to discourage inhumane activities is to oppose those plans and persuade many of people to build a stronger foundation that pursues better goals. Climate change has brought too much destruction. Specific, deforestation, climate change, pollution, and many more contributed to a long run of unimaginable wreckage. Ways to save our biodiversity is to completely practice these following: reduce, reuse, recycle, protect local habitats, ban wild domestication, conserve energy, be natural, and be humane. The more probability of rebuilding our biodiversity has a greater chance to save potential casualties. There must be a way, a lot of ways to be exact, to save our biodiversity. A good government, restrictions, and policies can accommodate a huge number of biodiversity problems. Such governance is the key to finally utilize the safer purpose of man and its environment.
We can all protect the biodiversity. The biological diversity of life on Earth is the foundation of human existence and well-being. Biodiversity and viable ecosystems protects us from natural disaster, regulates climate, fertile soil, and provide us with food and medicine. It is this simple. We could not live without these ecosystem services. They are what we call our natural capital. Nature is known to be resilient and constantly evolving, that the ecosystem as a whole may adapt and survive through many different obstacles. Though us humans still have to do our parts and be the stewards of these planets, helping it grow better and maintain or conserve the balance of biodiversity. Biodiversity plays a crucial role in human survival, from livestock, the air we breathe, the water we drink, and all the resources harvested for the betterment of our lives comes from the nature's biodiversity. If biodiversity is threatened, it is an issue for the entire globe.
Now focusing on a more immediate setting, Philippines is also experiencing balance issues on its biodiversity. Take this scenario for example. The dolomite extracted from Alcoy town in southern Cebu was processed and used for the beautification project of Manila Bay. Because of the dolomite extraction, large part of the Cebu's flourishing nature was devoured by machineries, thus affecting the wildlife. One can think of a possible outcome of this action, because a large portion of the trees were cut down. Wildlife will no longer have that area as part of their habitat, thus having less hunting ground and having less food. Less pollinators will swarm the area to bloom flowers, less bats to spread seeds across the forest, less predators to control the population of the known pest, and the chain continues. Nature is self-sufficient and self-healing. That is why it is important to conserve biodiversity and nature in general. Because if one species gets affected, the entire chain is affected too. Too much human action is interfering with this natural process and inflicting more harm than good. Here we are reminding everyone once more. Please be more mindful of our actions and do our best to help the environment. Even the smallest act of kindness can change this world. Conserve our biodiversity for ourselves and for the future generations.